These videos are educational in nature and are designed to help people over 21 who smoke cigarettes switch to a less harmful alternative. All right, what's up everybody? GrimmGreen back here. Today we're going to start our review for the VooPoo Vinci 3 Mod Pod Kit. I believe this Vinci to be more along the lines of like, remember the very first Vinci that was like that weird squared off thing that you was just like a restricted lung, used to rock like 3 or 6 milligram in it. It wasn't like a pod, like in a traditional mouth to lung pod sense, but it was like a mod pod. This looks to be very much along those same lines. I'm pretty confident we could, at least I was pretty confident that we could get this set up right now, but hashtag broken hand. Oh, okay, I see what they're doing here. I see what you're after here, VooPoo. Okay, it does use PNP coil heads, 0.3 and a 0.6. 0.3 for sure, but I just am generally not a fan of the 0.6 via PNP coil heads. I'll give them another try, but I generally do not go for the 0.6. PNP coil head goes in, it's just press fit on an O-ring. It magnetizes right in, and yes, it is crack to fill. Sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand and I think I'm succeeding. Here's what's going inside. I think it was actually Matt Cully from SMM Suck My Mod. He's the one who told me with the Nord 5, he's like, try 6 milligram in it. I did. It blew my mind. In all of these this class of like restricted lung Mod Pod, I've personally been going with 6 every time. Hopefully this is going to be like the end of the cast too. This might be one of the last videos that starts with a cast. I just grabbed this carbony fiber guy because I think, I don't know, that looks pretty cool on there. I like that shiny carbon fiber. Maybe it's not real carbon fiber, but I don't care. It's a 4 mil capacity, 1800 mAh or milliamp hour, up to 50 watts, adjustable airflow. I've been looking at this adjustable airflow on the side and it looks exactly like an RDA's adjustable airflow to me. Counterclockwise on the wheel is all the way closed. Clockwise on the wheel is all the way open. The screen is exactly as you think it is. A 1, 2, 3 press on the button will get that number flashing. Click the button again to adjust up in 1 watt increments. It's going to get up to 40 watts and then round robin. If you just leave it there, it locks the wattage in. Hello, auto switch. How are you doing today? Yes, I like this. Man, I have to really let off my drag to get this to sputter. It seems to kick on even at the slightest right now. Yes, holy crap, this is ticking a lot of boxes for me right now. Close down the airflow a little bit, makes it a little hotter, makes it a little more dense. Super flavorful. I like the PNP coil heads. Is there a thingy on this screen? Yes. Or maybe there isn't and I'm just scratching the hell out of the screen, but I don't think so. I'm into the way this looks. I got a red to black gradient as well that we'll probably set up later on with the 0.6. But man, this is vaping. Whew. Ha! Good. I guess it's kind of a pain in the ass to go down in wattage. You have to go all the way up and then back around just to go down a few watts, but I guess so far that's kind of a gripe. I don't want to put the horse ahead of the cart, as they say. I don't think that's what they say, but this is a pod review, so I go for longevity. I really want to use this thing, so today is day 1. I will catch up with you guys at a much latter date. I'll see you when I see you. Holy shit butts. So I just got back from a meetup with some of my patrons, and while we were at this meetup, I forced a few of them into a small room and made them give me their thoughts on this, the Vinci 3. So let's see what they think. That's the Vinci 3. Go.
Okay, Vinci 3.
Even though we started already.
Yeah, that's fine. You gotta wake it up.
Yep.
Jeez, man.
Every time.
It's got a good weight to it, right?
Yeah.
I like a little weight. Hey, we got a screen.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Little battery life indicator. Let's give it a rip.
Let's give it a rip. I'm not a reviewer.
Not a reviewer here. Just letting you know.
Your consumer opinion.
Yeah, this is awesome. No, as a consumer.
This is awesome.
This is how I would do it because I like weight in the hand. That's why I'm like a geek vape guy, and like I like some things that have a little bit of oomph to them.
Sure.
My Reborn Triple X from Mex, things like that. So having a little bit of weight to the pod would be a selling point for me. Okay. Seeing the battery bar is a selling point to me. I don't like counting dots. Okay.
Yeah. Same.
If I'm gonna look at my battery life as I'm going somewhere, I want to be able to do it in real time and just go, got it. That's where I'm at, rather than count the blinking lights and don't hit a. So yeah. this would be nice.
All right, we can wrap this up. Just say
thank you. It's great. It's great. It's great.
You don't have to say that just because, you know.
No.
What's a negative thing? What would you like? It's not your jam. Would you vape it, or you don't like it?
I don't like crack to fill.
You don't like crack to fill? Why is that?
I like a fill port. Just
it has a fill port.
I've never broken one, but I feel like I'm going to every time I crack.
Okay,
so that's
that.
something I don't like. Am I looking here? Or am I looking there?
You're looking. What doesn't matter.
Okay,
we're gonna get Megs next, and then that's all.
Thanks.
Hey, you might recognize me from YouTube. I'm Canada.
Travel vlogging, Megs.
Oh, look at this! Just fell from the sky. What? Look at this be.
What could that be?
Okay, so he likes the weight. I don't. It's quite thick.
It is thick and
it's
a little
bit.
bit
It's a thick boy, which I'm a girl and I have dainty hands, so I like small. Should we do a size comparison? Here it is next to a Calmia.
Yeah, I mean VooPoo generally doesn't like that when you include other products.
Oh, sorry.
No, I mean, I'm just saying.
You can cut it out.
I'll blur it.
But I'll hit it. Let me see. Is
kidding.
that what we say?
Do a size.
You'll blur it out?
It's big.
Yeah.
It's big.
But did you not get it on camera? Do you see how thick it is?
Mm-hmm.
She's thick.
It just wants to focus on your face.
I mean, I feel like this could eat that pod. Does it have an auto draw? It's not auto drawing.
It's auto draw, but you know, maybe you have to draw a little bit harder.
The auto draw is not great. Con.
Yeah, con.
The flavor's good. I do not like the mouthpiece. It's uncomfortable.
What's wrong with it?
It's too wide in the middle and it's thick. It's not very contoured. Yeah, it's very utilitarian looking, which isn't my preferred. I like things that look pretty. And I mean, this color is nice, but it looks like it would be able to stand the test of time if you threw it around a bit. Does the pod pop out when you throw it? Have you drop tested it?
Drop test it.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Not bad?
Not bad. Yeah, I mean, I like it.
Okay.
But it's too thick for me.
Too thick. Too many C's on that thick.
Thick!
You know, I mostly agree with everything that they said. The thickness doesn't bother me so much. It's got a big battery, so it's going to be thick. It's got a big capacity. It's going to be thick. Honestly, I think where this is going to land, and I'll explain why, but I'm going to give this 6 banana stickers. And I know that might seem shocking because of how swept off my feet I was at the beginning of this video, but after using it and 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 traveling with it and flying with it and using it and using it and using it and flying home and using it and using it and using it, I lost a little bit of my love affair with this. The 0.3 PNP coil heads still rip. They just rip. They will always rip. They rip in this. They just rip. The flavor is good. The airflow is good. The screen is nice. The button is nice. You can turn off the button and retain the auto switch. The auto switch is good, but started to sort of sputter out on me, and I found myself having to turn it down quite a bit to get it to actually fire. The 0.3s are great. The 0.6s are okay. I generally don't go for those, but with the 0.6 in here, I can turn the airflow way down and actually get a pretty damn good mouth to lung out of this. I was surprised. Where this thing has really let me down is in the remaining clean and not leaking area. It's just the nature of the pod. They're just press fit with 2 little O-rings in there, except PNP coil heads. It seemed like this was inevitably going to leak, and boy howdy, did it leak like crazy everywhere. Obviously, when I flew with it, that was a total disaster. I had a little bit of liquid in the tank, total disaster. Liquid everywhere. I was cleaning and wiping and washing and rinsing and cleaning everything off. Liquid tends to accumulate in between the pod and the exterior glass, so that just kind of always looks dirty. And the biggest bummer part was that it leaked after I landed in Louisiana. I brought a completely empty pod and new coil head with me to fill up while, after I landed. I was using it for 2 days, pulled this out, Leak City, Utah. I think it's just a flaw in the design of how these coil heads go into this pod, and that's a damn shame because this thing vapes great, but ended up with the rating that it ended up with because leaking, and I'm sorry, and leaking. Look, if VooPoo could get better pods for these PNP coil heads to go in with the Vinci, It's a winner on paper. I mean, PNP coil heads in a small little Vinci pod. I love it. I just don't love cleaning up liquid. Okay, I'm just sitting here vaping, so this is the end of the video. No vape budget hands, no aliens game, but I will say this. If you're a person who smokes cigarettes, hey, maybe you don't need to anymore. It's 2023. Better living through science, better living through technology. There is a world of safer nicotine products out on the market. In the description of this video, I'm just going to put links to science and education only. This has been a GrimmGreen video. Let's stay smoke-free every single day.
It's like 10:30, and I'm just gonna smoke, so